Hello, this is Carter Stoic, Interviews with a Schizophrenic, Part 2. Touching up on an idea that the first schizophrenic mentioned to me, I wanted to ask someone that was there to give a first-hand account of what myself and my friend Isaac were like on psychedelics, if you could recall the details of that day. How would you describe the two of us?
Overly happy. Like,
How did it show?
just your mannerisms and like the look in your guys' eye. It was just like you were calm but also very happy. Mainly Isaac was calm, but I only saw him for a little bit. You also just didn't seem in your right mind. Like, you could definitely tell that something was going on if you wouldn't know that you were on them. But
I want to ask, how did you come to that not in the right mind? Is it just small things that you pick up on that you can't really put a pinpoint on, or do you think there are definitive things like the way you respond, the way we responded, spoke about things, looked?
I mean, not really. You can just tell that something was just off. There wasn't like anything certain that was like off, other than maybe like very much dilated pupils. But that just happens when people are happy. So, no. There wasn't like any certain thing that made it seem like you were just not in your right mindset.
It just comes from, I don't know, interacting with the person and then
Interacting with them long enough, knowing what they are like normally, you can tell that something's shifted.
anything else from the two times that we've personally interacted while I'm on psychedelics that stands out, or is it more or less pretty similar as in you can tell that they're different, but I mean it's not super exciting, it's just they're a bit out of it from your perspective, I should say.
Wasn't really anything other than just you are different right now. You were a lot more like touchy-feely and stuff, and just, I don't know. That's about it.
Okay. I know what you mean by that. It's the physical sensations while tripping. One, already mentioned overwhelmingly happy, and two, having a source of that happiness directly in front of you. It makes you want to hold on to it for dear life. Going on to a bit more neutral questions. What does the word psychedelic mean to you? When I say it, what do you think of?
Drug.
What kind of drug? What does it do?
I don't really know much about this stuff, but when I think psychedelic, all I think of is just another type of drug.
What place in society do you think they have? Are they similar to any other drugs? Do you think they should be their own category? What do you think the psychedelics place in society should be?
I mean, I don't really care. I don't have a yes, woo type feeling for them, but I also don't feel like go away. Just.
So if I were to ask you, do you think they should be allowed, you'd say?
I mean, people are still going to get them even if they're illegal, obviously. So making them legal might just be the better choice for it, so it's not done illegally. But I personally don't have a preference whether or not it's legal or not.
Well, the next question on my note card here is, what are your experiences like, which is a moot point. So I think this is something that we've already talked about in the past, but has the thought ever crossed your mind as to if you were personally curious to try and what you might experience?
I've thought about it, but I don't ever want to do it just because I don't want to be not in my right mind. Just the thought of not being all there in my own head, just having something else change my mood, just my happiness. I don't like it.
Have you ever, I understand that, wondered what it would be like though, in terms of effects from anything you've heard described by other people?
Yeah, that's why I've thought about it before, because from what I've heard from like you and Isaac, it seems like you guys enjoy it a lot. From my interactions with you guys, you definitely enjoyed it.
Mm.
There were some that you didn't enjoy, but yeah, I mean, I've wondered what it would be like, but at the same time, I just don't care enough to go outside of my right mind.
I suppose this one would be asking something you don't know a whole lot about. Alrighty, that concludes interview with Schizophrenic number 2, also known as my girlfriend. Thank you for watching and joining me with this academic journey that we're going on before my big presentation. See, this is the sneak peek before the big reveal. So, stay tuned, fuckers.